The Department of Justice is taking another major step to unravel President Trump's immigration policy, restoring grant money to sanctuary cities that refuse to cooperate with federal immigration officials. And meanwhile, the border crisis continues to spiral out of control. Joining us now is Chad Wolf, the former acting Homeland Security Secretary, now a Heritage visiting fellow. Chad, good to see you today. Let's start, first of all, with this change in policy by the Department of Justice. In the waning months of the Trump administration, the DOJ was denying sanctuary cities grant money for law enforcement if they did not cooperate with U.S. federal officials, including ICE. This change, what effect do you think it's going to have?
Well, it's going to have a detrimental effect at the end of the day, and it's another assault on everyday Americans, on communities, and on law enforcement from this administration, unfortunately. And what we know is sanctuary cities, the only policies that are successful at the end of the day are, they're going to continue to protect illegal aliens, and it's going to provide those communities more at risk. It's going to provide law enforcement more at risk as they go into those communities to pick up these individuals. And it goes back to immigration enforcement. And the Biden administration just appears to be against any type of immigration enforcement, whether it's on our border or now in these sanctuary cities themselves.
Another development with ICE, Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich, who viewers of this program will be quite familiar with, is suing the federal government because of its immigration policies. As a result of that, in discovery, some emails have now come to light, one in which ICE predicted in January that there would be a 50% reduction of arrests of illegal immigrants if the new Biden administration guidance that severely limits ICE arrests was enforced. And in fact, that is what we have seen. So ICE predicted a long time ago that there would be a pretty significant reduction. I think 50% reduction qualifies at least as significant in arrests of people who are in the country illegally.
Well, across the board, we were telling the Biden administration time and time again that if they went forward with what they were talking about during the campaign, that it would have a negative effect not only in the security of these communities, but along the border, but the security of the communities across the nation. So whether it's letting illegal immigrants across the border, or whether it's the lack of enforcement into the interior of the country, this was predictable. This was knowable. And again, the Biden administration knew these facts, were told these facts, and decided to carry out these dangerous policies regardless.
Mr. Secretary, there's been a lot of criticism of this administration for the messaging and what it says to people in Northern Triangle countries that like to try to make their way to the United States. In his address to a joint session of Congress tonight, the president is expected to talk about his grand plans for immigration, including some sort of accelerated path to legalization or even citizenship for pretty much everybody who's in the country illegally. What effect do you think that messaging tonight will have on people in Northern Triangle countries who say, it might be hard getting to the United States, but if we get there, we're going to have a better life?
It's exactly right. It's absolutely the wrong message to send, because, again, it's another incentive, it's another pull factor to approach our southern border and to try to come in illegally, because you know that if you're able to come here illegally and remain in the U.S., then perhaps you too will get amnesty at some future date going forward. So very, very dangerous. What the Biden administration, what President Biden should be talking to the American people about is how is he going to end this crisis? Not about, discovering the root causes of migration in the Northern Triangle and things of that nature. It's how do I stop the crisis today? That's what the men and women of the Border Patrol want to hear. Mm-hmm. They've got 172,000 illegal apprehensions in the month of March alone. 1 month, 172,000. They are under tremendous amount of pressure on that border, and they're looking to their commander-in-chief to help them solve that problem and that crisis. And there is a lack of leadership regarding this issue coming out of the White House today.
Just a couple of months, a couple of days rather, left in the month of April. We should get the April numbers probably sometime in the next week or so. It's expected, based on what we've heard so far, that those numbers could be even higher than March. Former Secretary Wolf, good to be with you again. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.